Hi,
Oh, finally you're here. Hi, how are you
how
doing?
are you?
How are you? You tell me.
Not
How
bad at all.
are you feeling the heat? Are you feeling the weather, taking a U-turn completely now? It's very hot now.
Yeah, it is very, very hot actually, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
I didn't expect it to be so hot, but it is really quite hot.
so
Tell me, how are you?
help me with the pronunciation of your name because sometimes people pronounce your name as Sayani, but your name is Shayoni, I believe.
No, it's Shayoni.
Shayoni. Okay, so I was saying Shayoni all this while. So thank you for rectifying and correcting me on this. Shayoni. I will remember.
Shayoni.
Yeah. So, Shayuni, right now, how many days for you just being at home?
I haven't counted. I think it was like more than 2 weeks before the lockdown was announced. So yeah, it's been a while. I mean, yeah, sorry, I haven't had the time to sit and count, but yeah, it's been super busy actually. Obviously, there's so much work at home to do, like this cooking, cleaning, obviously, thadu pocha, bartan, clothes. But we are also promoting promotion, so it's releasing tonight. So yeah, it's been insane. It's super hectic. We are actually doing more work now, I feel, because and there's like so many videos to be taken. There are self-shot videos. Yeah, so it's quite a bit of work, I must say.
So, Shayuni, you're also trying your hands on cooking food and all. What have you made so far?
Yeah, I am. Of course, I am. Yesterday, I made, but I'm actually concentrating on making like something quick because I don't have the luxury of time. So I'm obviously multitasking all the time. Yesterday, I made ghee roast chicken, which turned out really good.
Wow.
Uh, so yeah, so I'm glad actually.
So you're eating healthy stuff also, like you're preferring like to have healthy stuff and all.
I I mean I don't concentrate on. I mean eating healthy. I think home food is healthy.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I've never been somebody who diets really. I can't diet. I eat everything. And I eat like lots of vegetables. And I eat everything
Okay.
practically. So yeah, I eat home food, whatever. I think, but we are anyway eating clean because we're not really eating out. So I
Yeah.
think that in itself is a healthier way to eat.
Shayuni, tell me something about working in this web series and doing such a bold role and were you skeptical when you were offered certain scenes which were intimate and doing it on screen in front of people like I saw one of the scenes where in the boardroom you're doing that scene and it's not that easy. So how did you manage to do it and you had any apprehensions while doing these scenes?
Not at all. I mean, we are all actors. The only apprehension would be about who are the people who's making it. So as long as you know you're in the right hands, and obviously you know it when you read the script itself. I mean, I don't even bother reading a lot of stuff when I know I don't want to work with that set of people. Because it's not the so you know at a writing stage how the script is written, who are the writers, who are the makers, who are the creators. Also, it's Amazon. So of course, there was no apprehension at all.
Also, how many shots for you otherwise? Are you a party animal like that? And when you go for parties and all, how many shots do you prefer having?
I hate partying. I absolutely detest partying. I do have a really lovely bar, actually. It's a really large bar.
Lucky.
It's a really large bar.
How?
And it's my collection over the years, and I love collecting. But I'm not somebody who drinks regularly. Also, I'm not somebody. I mean, there'll be 6 months where I wouldn't have had a single drink. That's why actually I think I can have a bar like that because I don't consume. I just collect. So I have quite a bit of collection actually, and in fact, a lot of my friends and some family are quite jealous because a lot of people are I think, you know, running out of alcohol. Um, but yeah, I've had thankfully because I didn't consume all this while, now I can. But I'm not a really, I mean, I'm very particular about what I like, and it has to be quality stuff. So yeah, I only, sometimes when I go to somebody's house also, I carry my, you know, I carry a bottle and stuff.
Wow.
But I prefer house, I mean, getting together with friends in their houses. But to be honest, I haven't had the time in the last almost 3 years to
Hmm.
party, you know. And I'm not somebody who likes to go clubbing and dancing, and
Yeah.
it's not
Oh,
my thing at all.
okay. But also, we believe that you are quite fond of Shah Rukh Khan. You're quite a fan of Shah Rukh Khan. Is that true?
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm one of his
How?
billion fans, but yeah, I really like him. I actually like, I've always liked him, but I love him more after I worked with him. And yesterday, in fact, I think was 5 years of fan
Yeah.
or 4 years of fan. Yeah, I think 5 years of fan. So yeah, I think since I've worked with him, I my love and respect for him has totally gone up.
How was it shooting with him, and how was your first experience of meeting him? Because he's very warm like that.
It was incredible. I'm not somebody who's starstruck at all. Like, so I don't feel I should give somebody else more importance because somebody's famous. But I was quite excited to sort of meet him. You know, I mean, he's probably the only person in the world who I would be excited like that. And but you know, obviously we're all actors, and I was hoping somebody would introduce us, and I was waiting till the last sort of minute because I was, you know, obviously when you're working,
Yeah.
it was my first day on set. And what happened was they were already shooting another scene, and Manish Sharma, he said, "Oh, come, you guys come, we'll rehearse the other scene and block it, you know." We went to the other space. This is all in Yashraj in Bombay. And we went to the other studio, and we, I mean, nobody even thought of introducing it. It was all in, you know, sort of in a rush. And we started. Manish was like, you know, do you know the lines? I was like, yeah. And he was like, Shah, do you know the lines? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, do the scene. So we jumped right into the scene, you know, in the rehearsal, and obviously I came in. You know, we both did the scene, and Balusha was also part of that scene. So it was him, Balusha, and me, and we did the scene, and I ended up on his lap, literally, because he just put me on his lap as part of the scene, and then I go and sit on the table right in front. So I sat on the table, and suddenly there was a cut, and they were discussing something, and suddenly he realized he hadn't met me before. And he's like, "Oh, maybe I don't know your name, sorry." So I said Shayani, and then obviously he hugged me. So that was our first interaction. And ever since then, I just realized that because he's so cool and he doesn't wear his stardom with so much importance and give his stardom so much importance, I think that's why he doesn't make you feel like, oh, I'm somebody here, you know, so special. You are very okay to sort of interact with him casually, and that's the beauty and humility with which he operates.
It's true. Shayani, you also played an acid attack survivor in a British drama. Tell me about your experience, of playing this role, because it's a very tough role to play a character like on screen, and it's not to get that emotions out of you and to show the life of someone who has gone through something like this so brutal in reality. Tell me something about your experience while working on this.
Well, it's definitely something that I'm really petrified of, and it's something. Just the act of acid attack is just so brutal. I think it's the most heinous crime ever. You know, I feel it's just and it's just so rampant in our country. There are so many, so easy to buy acid over the counter, and just end somebody's life like that. forever. And yeah, so it's always been something that truly disturbs me. And when I got this, I mean, I got the part after auditions. So we started playing it. I think the first day, the episode where the acid attack actually happens, and she's brought in and sort of showered with a lot of water. So there were the other two actors, who Amanda Redman, who's an incredible British actor. She plays a doctor, and Nimi, Haraswamy, who plays a nurse. Uh, Both, are part of the hospital. It's a drama. Two of the leads in the show. So they basically start, putting a lot of water on me, and I'm screaming, and everyone's. I think the way they shot it and how the prosthetics was, because the guy who was doing the prosthetics, Davy Jones, is a BAFTA winner, his assistant Abby. So it was just really good, like craft, how they had sort of done the flesh and the hair just melting away, and it was very graphic, really. I was just acting, right? I mean, I was okay, but I think people who were behind the monitor just had a really hard time because they were, for them, the director, I know for a fact that he went to throw up and stuff. It was just very, very heartbreaking and disturbing for them. So I think through like every day, I would be in the makeup chair for 4 hours, before I could start shooting. So I would start my makeup around 3:34 in the morning. So it was exhausting to get in, and every time I would get out of the makeup, which would take an hour or maybe 2 hours, every day I remember feeling like, I can get out of this, but the women, the people who actually had an acid attack can't, and that's the most disturbing part of it. So I think everyone was quite disturbed by the end of every day shoot when we were shooting, because also it was very graphic and there were 17 stages. So my whole face, and so there was a lot of, because it's a medical drama and there are a lot of operations that happen, surgeries that are happening on me. So when they were shooting it, I think people, especially people on the monitor and the director, was just having a really hard time. But I was fine in a way. I think I was better than how the others were doing on set, honestly.
Okay, that's
By the
sorry.
way,
I was
Manvi
actually
Gagru
reporting a
is
cheap comment.
asking. Sorry, what?
I was just reporting a cheap comment actually. Manvi, hi, she's also here. So,
Yeah, Manvi
do
saying
you
what plan for midnight. We'll all have one plan for midnight, which is watching Momo shots.
So, have you watched Chapak movie? Have you seen Deepika's performance in the movie directed by Meghna
No,
Gupta?
I haven't seen it. We shot this way before Chabak was even announced. We shot this in 2018. So I hadn't seen Chapak. Also because, in fact, I've been meaning to see Chapak and Ure, that my friend Parvati is in. It's a Malayali film. Um, so both films I hadn't watched because I just wanted to watch Good Karma Hospital first, and I wanted to see what I had done. Um, and yeah, so I was thinking of watching it later because I don't want to see something that I've done because it's just like I just wanted to see my work first. But yeah, I do plan to watch it actually. I've heard really amazing things about Chapa.
Also, Shayuni, you had recently, spoken about how, you got trolled actually recently. And the moment you speak as a celebrity, most of the times on Twitter, you guys get trolled. Can you throw some light on this? Why this happens only to celebs, why they became,
No, actually, I hadn't said it's again wrong journalism. It's not even journalism. It's just wrong. It's just headlining stuff that we say. I was asked a question about trolling, and to comment about what had happened to some other people, and I said I don't know because I didn't even see the comments or the trolls. But I did say that it's tricky when you are a public figure, because if you say something, it might be a problem. If you don't say something, then also it's a problem. That's all I said. But honestly, I have been touchwood quite lucky that I have not been really trolled for my work ever. Touchwood, I hope I don't. Let me not speak this soon. Sometimes we did. I mean, I in fact got trolled only at the times when I would say something about what's happening in the country, about politics and stuff. So of course there have been trolling, but it's a whole. We all know that these are paid trolls, and there are people who are hired to troll, and there's so many. Um, the problem is unemployment, right? When you have so many people, part of the youth who are unemployed, and you give them 500 bucks for troll, they would do it. It's not nobody's fault. The problem is there is a lack of education and employment in our country, and unless and until you empower the youth, these are much deep-rooted problems, So, which is part of a bigger machinery that works. So, I don't think, but also I just report and block. Yeah, I think it's very simple, and I don't get affected by it at all.
I also do the same thing, just block them.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. Shayani also spoke about how there is.
Sorry, your voice is breaking.
Can you hear me now? Hello.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
You also spoke about how there is racism in India against Northeast people, and
Yeah.
even in this age, like even in 2020, such things happen. Even now, if you see someone actually spat on a Northeast person
Yeah.
because they thought coronavirus has come through them. What do you feel on this, and what are your thoughts on this? Because I feel that is very disgraceful of people to do something like this. I feel. What are your thoughts on this, Shalini?
I think you said it, I mean, this disgusting. I mean, what is wrong with people? Again, it shows lack of awareness and, education. It's crazy. And there has always been racism in our country, and classism. We are extremely racist and classist as a country. Also, I think the unawareness about the northeast part of our country, because I mean, even if now I mean, you ask people what is the capital of Arunachal,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and there is, I mean, I have a ton of northeastern friends that I've always had since college, and I've always till today heard them say the same things. I mean, there's been so much violence, so much so that we actually did a film on this, which is Apune, which is actually the next release, and it's exactly on racism about the Northeastern, against the Northeasterns. And when about this, I mean, about this Corona thing, I think it's also a lot of media fueled propagation about China and how everyone who looks Oriental, people think they're Chinese, and there are so many stories. In fact, today on my friend's Lynn Lesham's page, actually, I was seeing she had posted so many people talking about their own experiences, since the lockdown, and they are literally facing a lot of hatred, and for what? These are people, they are part of our country, they are countrymen and women, and it's incredible how much volume of hatred and ignorance there is against the Northeasterns. And yeah, I mean, and that's why I think we need to, I mean, imagine I mean, there are people who are also making religion a part of this. So that's the amount of bigotry we live in. Like, if you can make religion or any race part of this great crisis that we are all in, then what do you I mean, there's not. I mean, I'm really, I sometimes wonder what is wrong with people. People have also attacked doctors.
Yes,
How do you ever explain these things?
that's such a brutal way. Like I have seen one picture and I just retweeted. they are like almost like they're trying to kill them for what? They are trying to save humanity. And something which is very very cheap, and the kind of mentality people come up with. Also,
Yeah,
even like
yeah, absolutely.
people are treated over here in India, like Northeast people. Then why?
Sorry, your voice is gone again.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm saying there's a hot debate on this, like, why call this a Chinese virus or a Wuhan virus? When H1N1 happened actually in USA, when swine flu happened and it spread to through all the different parts of the world, or a USA and USA virus. So why
Yeah,
should
but
we?
these are all, again, the more you talk about it, it's a media-led thing. Yeah, I mean, there are so many people saying so many things because there are leaders of the world who are saying different things and trying to give it. I mean, it's pointless to talk about it also, honestly.
Also, you said that self isolation is a good way for actors to work on skill sets. When like right now they can actually like keep on practicing, and in the self isolation period they can see like
Yeah.
good they have, what flaws they have.
Sorry, again, your voice is going.
Are you trying the same thing on yourself when you're actually in this isolation period?
Of course, I mean, I wouldn't say something if I don't practice it myself. Yeah, I think it is because, again, actors, and I mean, you're constantly surrounded with tons of people, and very few times do you actually have the mind space to actually isolate yourself, which is very important to actually restore yourself and do a deeper thinking and also work on your skill sets. And I think it's yesterday I've started my own Insta chat show, and yesterday I was speaking to Adil Hussain, and he, in fact, this was one of the questions I asked him, and he actually explained what actors could do, as a quarantine exercise and sort of build on your awareness and yeah, there are a bunch of things that we can do. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing riyaz every day. I'm singing more often. I'm painting. I'm doing some voice work that I wouldn't have the time to do otherwise. And I'm really looking forward to the interviews ending because then I can give myself more time and really feel the quiet and the and the silence a little bit more.
How was it working on Article 15, which received raving reviews, throughout India, and of course, like people outside India also spoke about it. How was it working on this project, which is, of course, touches a very delicate topic, which is a big issue in the country right now. How was it working on this project? And I really love your role in the movie.
Thank you. It was beautiful. I mean, everything about the film was beautiful. It's really one of those films where you have so much fun in doing, and sometimes the process is bigger than the outcome, and sometimes the output is bigger, better than the process. But in this case, both were equally so amazing that it's very rare that happens. I mean, we had such an amazing time. Also, amazing bunch of actors. Anubhav sir is somebody who really makes you feel like he makes the whole cast and crew feel like a family, and I think it's really a great gift that he has. So obviously we spend a lot of time together and eat together and just have a drink every day together and really sit and chat for hours and sing together and just have a really good time while we were making the film. And the film also turned out to be amazing. So it was just double bonanza for us, honestly. But I'm glad the film did this well because I don't think any of us had expected the film to do well because we thought it might be a serious film. A lot of people might not, you never know, and it's never nice to expect too much. But it actually, I think, surprised all of us that it did this well, and everyone sort of who saw the film loved it.
While many actors are struggling to get movies, you are someone who's actually speaking about the art of rejecting films. So which kind of films you choose to refuse and like not to play roles over there? And what kind of movies attract your attention? What kind of roles you would like to play?
I mean, the kind of films or stuff that attracts my attention are all there on IMDb, the stuff I've already done, so that should answer your question. I don't know. I mean, it's not about rejecting something as so much as to understand what you want to do and what you don't want to do, and I think as an individual, I've always been a little choosy about how I live my life, you know. And literally, I give this example which might seem a little frivolous, and I mean shallow, but it's true in terms of like when I started living in Bombay, I initially I didn't have a single piece of furniture in my house. I literally walked in with I walked in with a small bag and a suitcase, and I did not have any furniture for a really long time because the only furniture I wanted was teak wood furniture, because I love teak wood furniture, I love antique furniture, but there was no way I could afford teak wood furniture. And the only time I started actually assembling and purchasing stuff was when I could afford it. So, we were talking about alcohol, right? I mean, I only drink what is really good quality. Otherwise, I wouldn't, So, even with food, I'm like that. So, I'm just somebody who believes in quality, as opposed to quantity. And I feel when I look back at my body of work, it should be something that I can be proud of, and something that I genuinely wanted to be part of, and something that attracts me and is worth my time, because also I'm somebody who's super bored. And having said that, the last 3 years I've been shooting almost every day, until this quarantine started, until February this year actually. And that's when I have to choose what I give my time to, and I don't have the luxury of a 48-hour. None of us have. So you have to choose, because there are multiple projects that come to you, and then you have to choose what you want to do and which character you haven't played before. What is the stuff that you would want to watch? So I think it's a mix of things,
So also, I believe that you have turned a producer for a project. How is that working for you?
It was lovely. It was for a bunch of friends, honestly. I mean, who had made the film. I am in the film. So it was just that I've always wanted to start producing. And I've always wanted to produce and direct. So it just seemed like the right project to do it. And I'm quite excited. It's the only one I've done so far. And hopefully I'll be able to do more. And I'm quite excited to see what happens to this film and take it forward and see through. But right now, also obviously it's a film that has to go to festivals first, and all the festivals now are postponed, and a lot of them are not happening. Could be so, yeah. So it's a little tricky time, But yeah, I'm quite excited though.
Also, which all projects of yours were put on hold following the lockdown phase?
A bunch of stuff. There are actually a few films that I was supposed to start. One film was supposed to be shot in Europe. The season 3 of Homo Shots was we were supposed to start shooting. That didn't happen. It didn't happen in the sense it will happen when the lockdown opens and whenever. I think film shooting is going to be one of the last things to open, because obviously there are some more than 100 people, 200 people who are in such great proximity, and it's not possible to quarantine film sets. It's very difficult because everybody's touching everything. It's difficult to be that careful. So I think it's one of those things that will start, I think, towards the end of this lockdown.
You also spoke about how Bollywood is obsessed with fair-skinned actresses actually. But do you think somewhere that, thing has changed? Somewhere if you see, for that matter, in Bollywood, they crave for having a fair skin actress. In West, we see preferring an Indian skin color, or a darker shade, because like for example, if you see Priyanka Chopra, they love the kind of skin she has naturally, and that is a lot in demand as compared to Bollywood. If you see in Bollywood, we see a lot of actresses like doing a lot of skin treatments just to look fair on screen. What are your thoughts on this, Shayani? Don't you think like this is not, this is somewhere people should value the art what they get rather than like what skin color they have?
I mean, it's sorry, I'll have to move my this thing slightly. 1 second, just bear with me. Sorry.
No, no worries.
I have to charge my phone basically
Oh, acha.
because, as usual, my battery is low. My battery is perpetually low on my phone. So
I
yeah,
was.
so absolutely. I mean, it's definitely something that I strongly feel about.
Hmm.
And I've always, I mean, not just today. I would never do a fairness cream product endorsement, you know.
Hmm.
And in fact, this ago, a girl messaged me. Um, Apparently, I mean, this was right in the beginning of like my time in Bombay, just like 8 years ago. And I had gone for an audition, and it was for a skincare something. It was an international brand, like a big endorsement. And I kept asking them that it's a fairness product. They said, no, we're not sure. So I said, can I see it on tape that if it's a fairness product, I'm not going to do it. So they were like, no, but the client might get upset and all that. And I did end up saying on tape that, listen, if it's a fairness product, I'm not going to do it. If it's not, then I need an explanation of what exactly it does and all of that. And this was right at the beginning of my career. But and she messaged me recently saying, you might not remember me. Actually, I do remember her, but she was like, we were all incredibly proud of the fact that you had done it, and even the client had, gotten back to us and all of that. And I have followed your career, and I'm so glad that you're still doing well with your integrity, in spite of the stuff that you have rejected since the beginning. And so that's what I'm saying, even so I think it's all our responsibility as working individuals that no matter how much money, you can't say yes to certain things. I mean, certain things should not be bought with money, which is your integrity. And of course, it's changed, and it's changed because people like us. There is Radhika, there's Richa Chadha, they're constantly, there's Kalki, there's constantly we are talking about this, and trying to raise more awareness. So now obviously it's changing, and it has changed to a great deal. It's still there, and it won't change completely, I feel, because we have a very major colonial hangover. So we're obsessed with fair skin, and that is a difficult thing because I think it's a very cultural thing. I mean, even if you go to small towns today, and even like even in the urban quarters, you will find men also putting. Not just women, men also putting, fairness creams. So I think fairness is anyway an obsession with our country, and it will take like decades to go away, really. Maybe our next generation won't be obsessed with fairness.
I hope till then people survive though. Sayani, you also have plans to direct a movie. Some subject in
I
mind
plan
to direct a film, to turn a director, film director. Any subject in your mind which you would prefer like working on?
well, I don't want to talk about it because let me do it first. I mean, I shouldn't talk about it.
But something like which attracts you and like, ye subject I really
What I am good with, I feel, I mean, not good with in the sense good with imagining is, and I enjoyed myself also, our relationship stories. Like small things, simple things, sweet things. it's I like innocence a lot to watch. When I watch films. So yeah, it would definitely be about like simple relationships. Like beautiful little things, not big things.
Last question to you, because I have to let you go so that you can prepare for your singing classes. But last question to you: which all projects are you working on? Like, if you can name a few. We believe you're also working on Paquette. Uh, which all projects are you working, which you
Well,
can?
my next release I can tell you is Akhune, I think. Akhune is the film I was talking to you about, where I play a Nepali. And the film is a comedy and a satire. And it's very interesting because it's a one-day story about a bunch of northeastern kids trying to cook a dish with akhune. Akhune is a fermented bean that is used in many Naga dishes.
Okay.
So it's a beautiful cast. It's a beautiful story. We premiered at the BFI London last year. We played at Mami. It's been going to multiple film festivals all this while. We did plan for. I mean, I think they wanted to release it theatrically around March and April, which obviously is not happening now. So I'm hoping that it probably will come soon out on an OTT platform because I don't think theatrical releases will happen soon. But yeah, I that's my next release that I can talk about. I can't talk about the other stuff because it's all.
Thank you so much, for your conversation and for revealing what kind of projects are you at. And hope to see you very soon once
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Lots of love. Lovely talking to you. Bye.